What's up, guys? Welcome to Beast. What's up, guys? Welcome to Beast Sports Picks. Today, I have one very strong baseball play for you. We've already went with this team before, but I'm going to explain why it's so good today as well. There's a little bit of regression coming, but I'm going to tell you why I still like it. It's been a 3-day winning streak. I shared a lot of plays yesterday. I even said be careful because there were so many plays. I gave away a lot of them, and almost all of them hit. There was a slight thing with going on with the Diamondbacks where there was suspended due to weather. So those three plays are still pending. I'm going to talk about that real quick. I'm going to give you the breakdown of what happened yesterday. It was a good day. And then, like I said, today I'm going to give you a very strong play right in this live. But before I get started, guys, if you want the edge over the sports books, please make sure you take a moment to subscribe to this channel. I really appreciate that. So here's the quick recap from yesterday, guys. Let me get into it. Yesterday we had the Astros. I mentioned that I really like them, and I was not confirmed on it yet, but I did end up taking them straight up. That hit. Then we had this. I don't know if I actually had 12 batters. I shared 6 of them. I don't remember which ones I shared, which ones I didn't, but all of them were inside the VIP. So the 12 batters that I had, they were all shared in the VIP. So this one hit. Bo Bichette got a hit. Jeremy Pena, Jose Ramirez got a hit. Then I also had the Mets when this was a little bit riskier. That's why I only did $10 because I had the Mets on different parlays and stuff like that. But basically, the Rockies were up 2-0, and I had great odds right here. I could not pass this up. I hit this live for $10 at a -112. And like I said, I could have went a lot higher than that, but I don't like to risk stuff like that, especially I already had too many open tickets with the Mets. That's why I only took it for $10. I hit that live. And then Brent Rooker, I'm almost guaranteed I shared this one yesterday. He ended up getting 2 hits instead of 1 hit. So all we needed him to get is 1 hit. He got 2. We had the Mets at a -0.5. I shared this yesterday. I said I would like the Mets. I didn't say how I was going to play it because I wasn't sure yet. That one hit. And then we had Ronald Acuna Jr. to get a hit. And then we had 2 unders, RBIs. All of these were, again, guys, all of these were shared inside the VIP. And I gave you guys 6 of them right in this video. I'm going to give you one today that I really like. This one was a little bit different. This is a no run on the top of the first for the Cubs not to score. And then the Mets. So like I said, like I mentioned, the Mets at different tickets. That's why I didn't want to keep risking adding more on the live bet. So anyways, guys, it was an amazing 10-2 day. Like I mentioned, there was three players that were in the Arizona Diamondbacks game, and that was a rain delay or a rain suspended game. So those are still 3 pending tickets. They're not counted in here. So I don't know what's going to happen there, but overall, I'm taking this as a 10-2 day. Xavier Edwards didn't get a hit, and then Pete Alonso did get a hit, but Nemo did not. So I actually put these together. Like I mentioned, three of the batters for Arizona were suspended. All right. Or I'm sorry, not the players, but the game itself was suspended for rain delay. So I'm going to make this very clear, guys. I might not be making a video tomorrow. I have a wedding to go to today, my friend's wedding. So I don't want to promise I'm going to make a video. So if you guys don't want to miss out on any of the plays and stuff like that, make sure you go to the link in the description, also the pinned comment, and that way you can get the free picks and the free plays. That make sure you go to the link in the description. Also subscribe so that you don't miss out on the free stuff that I put out. All right, let me give you the breakdown for the game that I'm going to give you guys today. This is one of the games that I was looking at right here was the Mariners versus the Angels, but there's too many contradictions. Number one, the first contradiction I saw that the Angels are on a hot streak. You can see the Mariners have only won 1 game in the last 5. The Angels won 3 out of the last 5. On top of that, the OPS record, meaning how often the Angels get on base, is a lot better than the Seattle Mariners. They're like, for example, I believe the Angels were like top 10, and the Seattle Mariners were like worst 10. Anyways, that for me was already too many contradictions. You can see this is a projected score. They're supposed to win. The line is in the favor of the Mariners. There was too many contradictions, so I could not take one team or the other. All right, guys, we're going to go right back to the well right here. The Mets versus the Rockies. You can see the score. or I'm sorry, this record for the Mets is 40-24, which is crazy. Compared to, look at the Rockies. This is one of the worst teams in the last 120 years. All right, so the Rockies are doing very, very bad. I'm gonna tell you now. There is definitely regression coming for the Mets versus the Rockies. However, right now I'm still gonna take it, and I'll tell you exactly why. The line is shifting in the opposite direction. It's going towards the Rockies right here, just like it was yesterday. It's going in the favor of the Rockies. So minus 300 to a minus 285. 93% of the handle, 92% of money is coming in on the Mets. So the line should be shifting towards the Mets. However, what I've noticed in baseball and hockey is that when the line is this high at a minus 300 and above, the line does tend to come back down, regardless of how good the team is. So that's one thing I've noticed. Once this minus 300 hits, it kind of tends to go in the opposite direction, regardless, like I said, of how good the team is. So that's one thing to keep in mind. 70. So let me make this very clear. I'm going to stay away from the Mariners and Angels game. All right. So let me keep going with this Mets. 75% of the. This is a 75% chance. This is called, what the hell is this called? I forgot the word it's used, but the probability. That's what it is. This is the probability of the Mets to win is 75% chance versus obviously 25% for the Mets, for the Rockies. Last 10 games, overall record, this just doesn't matter who they played. The Mets are 7-3 overall. And then compare that to the Rockies. They're actually the opposite. They're 3-7 over here. So they're losing a lot of games. They're not at all. They've actually won a couple of more games recently, but overall they've only won 12 games in the entire season. The Mets, they're going with Clay Holmes. I'm going to get a little bit deeper into this, and this is actually the reason I trust the Mets to win, and I'll tell you why. The Clay Holmes right here, 3.27 ERA. Compare that to this guy right here, Palmquist, 0-4, 8.5. This is a ridiculous, ugly ERA right here. Look at his batting. When you see all this red right here, all this red means that it's hot. Okay, so all this red right here means it's good. They're getting a lot of hits. That's when it's red like that, it means it's great. When it's poor, it's blue. So look at this over here for the Rockies. There's only really two guys, which is McCann and Goodman, to get decent hits. Okay, but compare that to over here. They got Pete Alonso, you got Soto, you got Alvarez, you got Nemo, or not Alvarez, but Nemo, Lindor. So you got about 5 batters that are extremely hot right now for the Mets compared to only about 2 on the Rockies. Now, one thing to know about the Rockies, guys, is whenever they're playing in Colorado, this is something just to keep in mind. Whenever the Rockies are playing in Colorado, I never hit the unders on any batters. You always want to look at the overs because of the how high they're up in the mountains, the air quality and stuff like that. So the ball travels a lot more. So never look at the unders. I never personally do look at the unders when it's the Rockies. So what I'm trying to say here is that if there's a lot of hitters, like for example Pete Alonso or Nemo, like yesterday they all come up, Soto, then I'm looking at those overs. So something just to keep in mind, guys, when they're only specifically when they're playing in Colorado. So again, this is a little bit of deeper research. It's pretty simple. Holmes has a 3.0 ERA. Compared that to 8.50 ERA. This dude has lost every single game he started. This dude has won 6 games out of the last 9 that he started. Great ERA, 59 strikeouts compared to 14 strikeouts. The only one other little note I'll tell you is that Palmquist, since he's a left-hander, the Mets do tend to struggle a little bit more against the left-handed pitcher. So we'll see how that goes. And also the Rockies do have Holmes' number. They do get more hits off of Holmes. So that's something to keep in mind. Here's the projected scores, 6.3. They're supposed to win by almost 2 runs. The line shifted already all the way to a minus 2.5. I'm not taking it at a 2.5. I'm taking it, buying it back. I'm paying the juice, and I'm taking it at a 1.5. So that's what I have, guys, so far. That's what I'm looking at. And I do have a bunch of batter props, but the guy that I work with, or the guy that works with me, he's not working today. He took the day off. So he did not filter out the batters and stuff like that. So it's going to take me a little while to get that done. If you want the batters, make sure you go to the link in the description, click on free, and then once I have the batters ready to go, I'll throw them in there. So if you want to build up your bankroll, if you want me to help you, check out the offers that are in the description. I have one-on-one offers and stuff like that. So check those things out. Also, make sure you confirm that you're subscribed. A lot of people that watch these videos think they're subscribed, but they're actually not. So take the time to make sure that you're subscribed and like this video. I appreciate you all, man. Let's have a great day. 3-day winning streak, 10-0, amazing day yesterday. We almost had a perfect day the day before that, and then we actually had a perfect day the day before that. So perfect day, missed a perfect day by 1, and then yesterday almost a perfect day, 10-2. So it's been amazing. It's been a great run for baseball. I'm going to be throwing out an offer later today to get the rest of the baseball season. Send me a message if you're interested in that, or comment and say, hey, I'm interested in the rest of the season. I'm going to give a huge discount, probably like 80% discount for the rest of the baseball season. We've been doing great on it. If you've been following, we've been doing amazing. Make sure you get hooked up, subscribe, and click on free. Thank you guys so much, man. Let's have a great day.